Hello, don't mind me trying to adjust my stuff. Okay. Hi guys! Sorry for not streaming yesterday. I wasn't doing too well. I was really tired and I just wasn't feeling up to it. But here we are with the final part of Turnabout Reminiscence. I noticed someone yesterday disliked my live stream. Please tell me who you are, because that wasn't very nice. Not that I care. But I'm sorry that my channel name misled you. I'm sorry if you came for just Nintendogs videos, because that ain't happening. Okay, so we're gonna be doing part 4 of Turnabout Reminiscence, the last part. My Discord will not stop updating, and I'm very scared. Like, this is the 5th update I had to do today. I'm scared. I'm just trying to get my sister's attention. Okay, anyway, that's enough. Let's go. Sorry, I'm still adjusting my screen. It's not right. This doesn't look the same. Okay, what are you doing here? Oh, hello, mister. I'm still investigating. But the object you're looking for has already... Okay, don't mind him. Please, continue with your investigation. Okay, you got it! Oh, my voice is really weird there. Detective Bad, haven't we already found what you were looking for? If it means I can keep her in the dark just a little while longer, any little task will do. Oh, you're more sympathetic than I thought. Humph. I've been waiting for you, Edgeworth. I've also been waiting for the moment in which we can finally lay this case to rest. The moment in which we can finally lay this case to rest. Doesn't that have to place Detective Gumshoe under arrest? I think we've more than solved this case already. Don't you? We'll see. It all depends on whether or not your logic holds. Oh, I see we even have a viewer in the gallery, and why? You've missed your baddest here. A viewer in the gallery? I'm hardly just a bystander. I have a duty to see this case through to the end. No matter how it turns out. Oh, is that right? Anyway, I thought you might like to hear what I've slaved away to find out. I've taken statements on every single person's movements during the time when our suspect was in the hallway. I also confirmed that there is no possible escape route no possible route of escape from lobby number 2. Therefore, the killer must, without a doubt, be Detective Gumshoe. That is where you're wrong! Sorry, I already know who it is. I've played this case before. Obviously. And that's all you have? Yeah, that's all there is to my conclusion in this case. Sorry, but I beg to differ. In a trial, there is always time for rebuttal, and we are standing in a court of law. It'd be more than appropriate to follow the rules of court in this case, don't you? I'm absolutely like a Rick to think such a thing. But alright, I'll play along and give you a proper testimony. If my logic is correct, then I've already won. All I have to do now is to prove it by showing who the real killer is. Sorry, oh crap. I'm adjusting something. Just give me a second. I closed that. Apparently not. Whenever she calls me. Waiting for my sister to call me. Okay. Everyone stands to suspect has an alibi for when the gun went off. Furthermore, the areas around the crime scene have all been thoroughly investigated, right? I also confirmed that there is no possible escape route from lobby number 2. Which leaves us with one unshakable conclusion that Detective Gumshoe is the killer. Nah. Now that I use... Oh no. Sorry, my sister is in a lot of pain with her ankle right now, and she's telling me, oh no, she told me like this. Yeah! Oh my god, my friend just texted me. Just give me 2 seconds. Sorry. Why can't... Why isn't it working? Google Hangouts isn't working. Oh, there it goes. Now you have a bet. I am so out of it. Why? Why? Why isn't it loading? Okay. Now that you have heard your testimony, I expect a good rebuttal, Edgeworth. But of course, there's no need to confront her logic head on right now. I should instead focus on drawing out any trump cards she has up her sleeve. Okay, answered that. Okay. The suspect? But I thought that Detective Gumshoe's alibi has already been proven. Are you joking at her? I assure you this is no joke. Look, I know you heard from the judge earlier that the detective was in the hallway with Mr. Faraday's daughter eating a Swiss roll. Yes, that is correct. But see, that was 20 minutes before the real gunshot went off, right? And the problem is, there's no one else who can corroborate what he did since the snacking. I see she's done her research well. Which means that I should focus on drawing out whatever trump card she's with. Yeah, shut up! We already heard this 100 times. Stop! Okay. Whether they have been thoroughly investigated or not is for me to decide. The scrunched eyebrows and lines on your forehead are back. Anyway, even if you believe it hasn't been exhaustive, the crime scene, lobby number 2, has no way out other than the hallway Detective Gumshoe is standing in. And because he claimed to be there, that makes him the only possible suspect. But isn't it also possible that someone escaped through a window and into the garden? That's the first place everyone looked, silly. The police aren't a bunch of lazy bums. They looked into every possibility, you know? Isn't that right, Mr. Bad? Yeah. There wasn't a scrap of evidence to suggest someone used one of the windows. There also weren't any footprints or anything in the courtyard garden. Yeah. I suppose they really did check everything that could relate to the case. Eek. Are you absolutely positive that there are no possible routes of escape? Of course I'm sure. And why are you so certain? This is the courthouse, the place where criminals are brought to be judged. If there were an escape route, I'm sure every criminal would be using it to escape. It's just common sense. Miles Edwards! I suggest he use a bit more of it in the future. I love her. Okay. You may think it's unshakable, but to me there are still too many unanswered questions. For example, who was it that placed the gun in Mr. Faraday's hand? But you're the only one still wondering that! Detective Gumshoe probably had no idea which hand Mr. Faraday used to write with. Sorry, my sister keeps texting me. Even if you know someone, it doesn't mean you'll know which hand they write with, right? I mean, I certainly don't care about that sort of thing. I'm about to let her get her eyes out of me with this flippant statement. I suppose we've really reached the end now. I already have my trump card ready. All that remains is to play it. But before I do, I think I should inquire into a little something about her argument. You said earlier that you confirmed the alibis of every person other than the suspect. However, I don't recall either Francisco or myself speaking with you about the subject. Yeah, but there are witnesses. I have the hiccups. Hang on. But there are witnesses. For you, there is your mentor who gave you an alibi. I see. As for the little missy, she came to the courthouse during the recess and was stopped by a security guard at the door to the hallway. She gave quite a whipping for that, so I heard. I'm the daughter of and I will not be forcibly stopped by a guard or bailiff or anyone else. Wait, so basically the only reason Francisca bothered to show up today was because she found out that I was to be the replacement prosecutor? By the way, Ms. Yu, what about everyone otherwise? Before Detective Gumshoe was assigned to guard duty. What about them? Have you looked into what people were doing during that span of time? What kind of idiot do you take me for? It doesn't matter when the killer went into lobby number 2. From the time we heard the gunshot to the time Mr. Bad and I arrived on the scene as we dashed from lobby number 1, the only person who could have committed the crime was Detective Gumshoe. Yes, let's talk about when that you and Detective Bad heard that gunshot, shall we? I suppose that if we go by your logic, then Detective Gumshoe is the only one. However, what if the crime had occurred at an entirely different time than when that gunshot you heard went off? What then? That gunshot was a trap meant to manipulate our perception of the crime. Whatever. Sadly, your explanation is very lacking, Edgeworth. The gunshot we heard in lobby number 1. Try to explain how that could have been fabricated? The tape? Yes, it's exactly what you think it is. This is the surveillance tape of Mr. L the prosecution presented in today's trial. This was found loaded in the This was found loaded in the video player in lobby number 2. It was connected to the large television that had its volume turned all the way up. You can't honestly mean that the sound we heard was the gunshot in the video. Ah, but I do, which leads me to my next point. The murders occurred much earlier than anyone heard the gunshot. That's the only thing I can think of, too. After committing double homicide, the killer took the surveillance video out from Mr. Faraday's evidence bag, turned the television's volume all the way up, and left the video to play. If played from the beginning, it would take 30 minutes for the gunshot sound to come on. And since we now know that this method of time manipulation is possible, it opens up the possibility that the killer is someone other than Detective Gumshoe. Sound from a television doesn't amount to much here. But of course, Mr. Prosecutor Edgeworth and Little Miss Von Karma already knew that much from the very beginning, right? Of course we knew! Didn't we, Miles? Yes, of course. We know about the soundproof quality of this courthouse's rooms. Of course, I'm about to admit we had no idea until a while ago. That's right, and if the rooms are soundproof, we should have not been able to hear it. And yet, we heard the gunshot clear as day. And? That's it! End of story! But it's not. How should I explain why she was able to hear a gunshot from a soundproof room? There is actually one common point between lobby number 1 and lobby number 2. And it is that despite the fact that both rooms have air conditioners installed, a window is open in each. Now, we know that the window in lobby number 2 was opened by the killer. However, a window in lobby number 1 was also open. It's probably just coincidence that they were both open at the same at the time. Ow. Sorry, my gum hurts. For those of you who don't know, I'm gonna be complaining about this. I'm gonna be talking about this a little bit. For those of you who don't know, I got a tooth pulled like last month. No, 2 months ago, back in May, and because it was broken, and we didn't have the money to get it crowned. And plus, it was just a lot easier because I have a wisdom tooth that hasn't grown in yet, and it might grow in if we're lucky, because they're still, working on it. They're still working on growing, but my gum back there is really irritated from something. I don't even know what, but I'm gonna have to rinse my mouth out to the stream, and it sucks because I don't like it. Anyway, it was no mere coincidence, I assure you. How was the window open in lobby number 1? The answer is that a certain person did it to cause the window to be open. And the person who triggered that action, the person is the real guilty party. The real killer in this bubble murder is Miss Callisto, you. I hereby formally indict you on the murder of Mr. Faraday, Mr. Rill. What? You indict me? Are you serious, Miles? Why do you think she is the killer? I don't understand her motive just yet. Well, of course I'm serious. Because she is the only one who could have done it. Well, Ms. Yu, do you still feel like laughing now? Of course I do, Edgeworth. I must not be time enough yet. Although I never thought things would spiral into this. But I'll have you know I'm enjoying this dance. Quite a bit. I guess this means it's time for my own rebuttal now, right? You argue that the window was open. However, do you have proof it was I who did that? Furthermore, do you have proof that the tape was used in committing the crime? Frankly, I'm shocked at you for going around accusing people of murder like this. Especially with logic as full of holes as yours. I love that music. I wanted to let it play for me. This is where it really starts. I mustn't let my guard down for even a second or the truth will blow away. Now it's time to put the patented Von Karma perfect proof into the test. Sorry. I'm letting it play for a minute because I love this. This is one of my favorite songs off the soundtrack. Thank you! So I'm yelling at people outside my window. I'm sure you've seen this before, haven't you, Ms. Yu? That's weird. I never knew you were wearing that kind of perfume. It's not exactly what I'd recommend for boys, you know? This isn't mine. That's right, it's mine. And I received it from Detective Badge, you see? Ms. Yu, you can pretend all you like, but we know at least this much for sure. That this bottle of perfume was given to Detective Badge by you. Because it gets really strong really fast. So, what about the perfume? While you were in lobby number 1, you made a big show of spilling some of this perfume. Wow, I can't speak. That's according to Detective Badge. Oh, no. I can't type. You also knew that if you spilled it, he would naturally move to open a window. Come now, I've already told you that's all just a big coincidence. After we opened the window in lobby number 1, I just left it open, you know? So maybe it was just... it is. Hang on. So maybe it was just dumb luck that we heard the gunshot through the window. The timing of when you were going to spill the perfume is something you could control. And the most important fact about this case is when people were made to hear the shot. Furthermore, it would have been pointless if you didn't have an alibi for yourself at this time. You mean, Ms. Yu, you were the one who called Detective Bad into lobby number 1 when you saw him bring Detective Gumshoe into the hallway. Hang on. Trying to get my sister to come to the stream. Is that correct? All of today's premeditated events could only have been thought up by you, Ms. Yu. Grr! Ha 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 ha! You accused me of murder on the fact that I spilled a little perfume. Well, allow me to say this much. I couldn't have killed Mr. Faraday. Would you care to testify as to why? Look, I've had a lot of fun today, really. But I grow weary of this game of cat and mouse. Let's make this the last testimony and wrap this absurd case once and for all. Accusing someone of murder over a spilled bottle of perfume is a bit over the top. But I suppose forgery of evidence is to be expected of a disciple of von Karma. In any case, it simply could not have been me who killed Mr. Faraday. After all, I don't even know where the knife that was used to kill him came from. Miles, her testimony is flawless. Yes, but no matter what sort of trick she may try to pull, she won't escape me. And if I'm lacking in information, I'll just draw it out of her. At this rate, she will inevitably escape. But if she really was the one who killed Mr. Faraday, then she must have known about the existence of the knife. I'm sorry, Ms. Yu, maybe you weren't aware. However, the knife that was used to kill Mr. Faraday was taken from his evidence bag. Miles, what do you think you're doing? I'm drawing the truth out of her, that's what I'm doing. Huh? But I don't recall a knife being presented at the trial earlier today. Well, I suppose that's because the evidence was something Mr. Faraday had yet to use. So that's what you're trying to do. Look, why don't you cut it out with the lies? I've already figured you out. There was no knife inside Mr. Faraday's evidence bag. The only evidence he had yet to present was the key the 𝙎𝙁𝙁𝙁 had sent. And unless the key can magically turn into a knife, you really don't have a leg to stand on. Did you really think you could trap me? Come on, now be honest. I never intended to do such a thing. It was only a misunderstanding on my part. In any case, I wonder if you might apprehend what you just said to your testimony? Sure, why not? I'll even say it as many times as you want. What is going on there? My computer's being weird. Ms. Yu, I wonder if you might take a look at this photo for me. This is a picture of the key the 𝙎𝙁𝙁𝙁 sent to the police. However, while it may look like a key at first glance, it in fact has the secret ability to transform into a knife. Which means that what was inside Mr. Faraday's bag was both the 𝙎𝙁𝙁𝙁 key and the murderous knife. You knew that the key was inside Mr. Faraday's bag, did you not? Yes. Well, with the 𝙎𝙁𝙁𝙁's key alone, it's more than possible to kill Mr. Faraday. I forgot I have a water bottle in here from 2 nights ago. From when I was having a hard time sleeping. I got it because I was really warm and pretty much dying. I think I also helped my gums out a little. Anyway. I don't know. I didn't get to read that, sorry. I still haven't had a good look at it. Showing it to me from that far away, you could be lying for all I know. You would, even now, still feign ignorance? I'm not feign anything. But we can't have you accusing me of a crime with false evidence, now can we? I mean, Mr. Kitama, I've heard some very interesting rumors about him. Are you mocking my daughter? Don't you dare sully the good name of my mentor. We can do whatever we want. I'm sorry. Now take a good look. The piece of evidence is more than real. Wow, who knew there was such a trick to this thing? You satisfied now? But of course, you knew from the very beginning, didn't you? You knew that the knife and the 𝙎𝙁𝙁𝙁's key are one and the same. Otherwise, someone like you, who was a member of law enforcement and who would never have been privy to this trick, would have never known about it to begin with. Sorry, hang on. Furthermore, that's something that the 𝙎𝙁𝙁𝙁 sent to the police. How did you have knowledge as to what it was? Actually, I heard it from Mr. Faraday. Just before he dragged Mr. Rell off, he told me. Oh, that's right. I almost forgot. He also told me about the key turning into a knife at that time. But he didn't tell me about how the key actually transforms. What you are saying? Simply not possible. Oh, then why not? Because Mr. Faraday himself didn't know about the hidden knife within the key. For written in these pages, he mentions nothing about a knife. I'm not sure he would have written everything in his organizer, you know? Wouldn't something of this importance be better left oral communication? Unfortunately, that is also possible. Because Detective Bab didn't know about the knife aspect either. What if it had the classified information, even within the police force? That is something that even the lead detective on the case didn't know. Why would Mr. Faraday have felt the need to share such information with the opposition? Yeah, I guess they wouldn't have had much of a reason to. Looks like I gave a pretty lame excuse, huh? How can you laugh at a time like this? She probably just realized the flaw in her logic and is actually in panic over it. Me! Anyway, but that's not something we need to concern ourselves with. I suppose you're right. As you, I'd like to state that I also know how you know the real nature of the knife. Do you know? Well, why don't you put your money? This is it, the moment of truth, the secret behind the 𝙬𝙬 key. Only one person would have had the knowledge of it from the get-go. Who would know from the start of the 𝙬𝙬 that the 𝙬𝙬 key could change into a knife? There is only one person who would have known about the dual nature of the key. and that is the person who sent the 𝙬𝙬 key to the police. That is to say, the 𝙬𝙬 herself. Are you saying that this lawyer is the great thief 𝙬𝙬? Ms. You used Mr. Rel to lure Mr. Faraday into a trap, didn't you? You, who professed to bear a grudge against criminals. Why? Why do something like this? Are we back? Who would have thought that you, a stupid rookie prosecutor, would see through me? You're sending the biggest chill down my spine right now. Jordan, this feel of thrill. It's even greater than when I sneak into some place. You killed Faraday? Why? Answer me! Callisto you! Callisto you, huh? That's not my real name. Because my real identity is, yes, the great thief 𝙬𝙬. Let me tell you something, Edgeworth. Mr. Faraday was one difficult man to... I made Rel an offer, an acquittal for a little favor in return. All he had to do was accuse Mr. Faraday of being the 𝙬𝙬 in court. But once we entered the recess, Rel was dragged off by Mr. Faraday, which threw my plan into a complete mess. I chased after them and eavesdropped on them through the crack in the door. That Rel caves to only two things, money and authority, just as all thugs do. I feared my plan was going to be ruined if Mr. Faraday held on to Rel any longer. Plus, if I had let them continue on the way that they were, I would have been found out. And that's why I had no choice. I had to kill them both! What, didn't you say that you surprised the spice criminals? But do I really? About the KG8 incident too? Maybe. What sort of woman would... So then, was it your plan to kill Mr. Faraday with the very evidence that you sent? Haha, well, I had a good idea of what Mr. Faraday was going to do. I anticipated that Mr. Faraday was going to prove that Rel wasn't the 𝙬𝙬 by using the 𝙬𝙬's key as evidence, and that he would bring it with him. Which is why I thought to use the knife portion. But the weapon as well disguised as this, no one would have been the wiser. Because who in their right mind would think some pretext that I had to talk to Mr. Faraday? And to grasp his key just like that. He never noticed that I had changed the key and Detective 𝙬𝙬 under arrest. Something about having accidentally created an eyewitness? And how that led the killer to think of us setting them up as though they'd kill each other. Then the truth, surveillance tape. Yes, I had an actual plan to use a gun. The risk was too high that I'd be caught. However, that's when I remembered the things of that surveillance tape, which is why I had Rel help me set up the crime scene. And after all was said, I had a client. Well, talking about who was a client of who's first. It was me. I was a client in the murder of the 𝙬𝙁 embassy staff member, 𝙬𝙁. You ordered a hit job? You still haven't figured it out, Mr. Bad. I had 𝙬𝙁 killed because he was about to give away info about the smuggling ring. Now, who exactly do you think would benefit from such an assassination? I had 𝙬𝙁 killed because he was about to give away info about the smuggling ring. Now, who exactly do you think would benefit from such an assassination? 𝙬𝙁 claims to be a noble, but you're just another cold-blooded murderer. That's right, girl. 𝙬𝙁 is just another killer. Quiet, you! 𝙬𝙁, you can run from the law, but you'll never escape it. So just humbly accept the judgment of this court. Hey, Andrew, did you know 𝙬𝙁 has 3 legs? Do you know why that is? No? Well, let me tell you. It means that the 𝙬𝙁 has more than one razor-sharp way to do her work. You really are too naive, Edgeworth. You even handed the 𝙬𝙁's key right to me without a second thought. Everything may not have gone according to plan, but I'll still gladly take it. You mean the key was your real target? And even after I gave you such great advice, didn't I tell you to always keep a good eye on a criminal? Or you may regret what comes of your negligence. You two, get down! I can't move. Hey, mister, to your right! You! Are you alright, Francisca? I'm perfectly fine, Miles. Her voice is shaking, but it looks like she's unharmed. Huh? Where'd Kay go? I have to go a shot. Forgot about that part. Sorry, but it looks like she got away. I called the precinct. They should have a perimeter set up soon. Detective Bat, are you alright? I heard a gunshot. I'm okay. Just got another hole in my jacket. And they say he's fine, but he looks quite shaken. But more importantly, boy, I mean, Mr. Edgeworth and Ms. Von Karma, are you two hurt? I'm absolutely fine. I'm also alright. Thanks to Kay. Speaking of Kay, where is she? I don't know. She just sort of disappeared. I'll go look for her. Oh, and hey, Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir! Detective Bad, sir! I'm sorry I doubted you. Don't worry, sir. It's not your fault. Well, I lied to you guys too, after all. I heard about what happened from Kay. Lying while giving testimony is so unforgivable. But in this case, you were protecting Kay and her feelings. Looks like you just learned what it takes to be a real detective. Now, don't you ever lose that detective spirit, okay? You got it, Pops! Pops, watched one too many detectives dramas recently, have we? Made a single-handedly destroy cheery atmosphere with one snarky comment. Yo, me too. I should get back to the investigation. Why is there a straw wrapper in my room? Weird. I swear I'll catch you if it's the last thing I do. Be careful, Detective Bad, and take care. Thanks. Well, I'm off. Maybe we'll run into each other again someday. Thanks a bunch, pal. You're the best. You really did find out the truth behind everything. Yes, well, I'm glad we solved everything before you were taken to prison. I can't believe how much trouble I caused you with my testimony, Detective 𝙬𝙬𿐬. It was no problem. I mean, I lied too. That didn't help anything. It's really not your fault, Your Honor. Well, even if we didn't have his Honor's testimony, I think that lawyer would have found another way to get you convicted on her behalf. Yeah, I can't believe I was about to get fired during my first week as a detective. So, well, so long as you're not fired, you should work hard, give all that you have, and perform your duties well. Oh, and one more thing. Kay left a present for you with me. She did? What is it? What was it that Kay left me for me? They're proof of their friendship. It's a Corel special. Can I really have it? Yes, it's a present meant for you after all. Thanks a bunch. You have no idea how happy this makes me, pal. I'm gonna eat this right now. Sure, go ahead. This was supposed to check the commission and Kay brought together. Well, everyone Kay saved never reached her father. And it would appear that her sentiments have touched the heart of this detective. He's so happy, it's as though he's having a welcome back celebration of his own. Well, I was asked by Kay to give it to him. Whoop! That was good, pal. I can't believe I got to eat 2 of these delicious things in one day. It's like I'm in a Swiss paradise or something. I've got to thank Kay myself. Hey, wait, where is she? Can you notice just now? Was my not present when we discussed her earlier? I acted bad enough to go search for her earlier. Maybe we should go join him. Yeah, you betcha, pal. I'm gonna go help him. Oh, but first, you know what, pal? Actually, I guess I shouldn't be so rude to you anymore, huh? I'm gonna stick right by your side from now on, Mr. Adversary. I sense nothing but a most troublesome relationship from the first ominous statement. We should go home too, else we have to hurry and report when it's time to Papa. Agreed. Well, I'm afraid we must go now, Detective. Roger, sir. And don't you worry, I'll investigate the next case we're on real well. I'll, be counting on you. The sign of trouble is definitely near. Thus, like a bad dream, my first outing at court came to a disturbing end. A few months later, I was finally able to properly stand in court as a prosecutor, and I am playing that one next week. I don't know how well I play on this. Oh, I'm sorry. But the detective in charge of that investigation was, as I dreaded, Detective 𝙬𝙬𿐬. After that, he became my direct subordinate. I have tried, but words fail to describe the immeasurable suffering he's caused me. But I suppose that's just how things are. Seriously though, the case I'm playing next week was actually the case that came after this one. I don't know how I planned it so well, but c'est la vie, I guess. I didn't even think about that until after he said that, and I'm like, freaking yes! I'm sorry, I got excited. But I'm excited to play that case, because it's one of my absolute favorites. Anyway, it's for the little girl who suddenly disappeared. She's now... This is from a case I'll play later. I'm not reading this because this is part of a different case. I'm not reading, this is part of a different case, I told you that, but... I'm so excited for next week's cases because, look, Turnabout Beginnings. I'm streaming that to 24th and 25th. Keep an eye open for it. I am so excited because it's one of my favorite cases, and I haven't played anything of Trials and Tribulations yet. My next two live streams of Ace Attorney are going to be from Trials and Tribulations. One of them's going to be longer than the other. I picked out 5 days for that case. I just got to make sure everything's okay with it. I picked out 5 days. I want to take my time with it again because it's so long. So I want to take my time with it again, and I want to understand it more. So I took 5 days, and each one might be 2 hours. I don't know. Well, I'm probably not going to be that playing. Seeing as how each product's about an hour, and that's kind of what we're hoping for, obviously. So, you know, 5 hours of your day, you know. Anyway. It's taking it so long. Okay, it's done. Sorry I skipped past it. So if you want to read it, you can pause, obviously. You know. The great thief 𝙎𴜏. After all that time, the true identity of the thief sank back into the darkness. 𝙬𴛻 𝙬, and 𝙬𴜏. Oh my god, that's a big word. Oh. The phantasmagorically changing identity of the great thief 𝙎𝙬. I hope I didn't butcher that word. That's just a long word. My brain doesn't want to comprehend. Ugh. And the 𝙎𝙬's real role. It would all come to light the day after I made that promise to Kay. The end. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this, because I did. And if you didn't enjoy it, well, too bad for you. Because I certainly enjoyed playing this case again. It's been a long while. It's saving. And I'm going to go ahead and hit that home button so I can talk. Anyway. So I told you guys my next streams are 24th and 25th. You guys are getting a video on the 25th and 27th. I hope you guys are around to see those. And I have a music video going up on the 29th. I've got to start that tonight, I think. But yeah, I'm gonna go. Thank you for watching, and I will see y'all soon. Bye.